This is what happens when people try to impede ICE. This is what happens when they get in their face. Anybody that impedes them, hits them, spits on them, blocks their way, they'll be arrested and charged with 111, and U.S. attorneys are going to take every one of them.
I think you send more agents. I think you flood the zone even more. Maybe teach them a lesson. ICE is there to stay.
A few days ago, we covered the video of the ICE officer who assaulted the random lady at the immigration hearing. Well, Tom Homan, of course, took to Fox News to defend this to the best of his ability. Who would have thought? So strap in, leave us a like on the video if you can. It helps us out a ton, gives us a boost in the algorithm, and let's get right to it.
You can look at that video different ways. There was the pushing and shoving going on, but they also seem to be tangled up, right?
Yeah.
So like, if she's impeding with ICE, then that officer, has the right to use of force. But again, I'm not going to judge it. I'll leave it up to the independent OPR investigator. But every time there's a use of force, there has to be an investigation anyways. Every time.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure that officer filed a report. It'll be reviewed by internal affairs officers. They'll look at the video from 10 different angles. But this is what happens when people try to impede ICE. This is what happens when they get in their face.
This is what happens? I mean, this lady could have very well been a citizen. I don't think her status is out there right now, but she's pleading about her husband's deportation trial because she believes he has a legitimate claim to asylum. What she's saying is that his life is in danger and he'll be killed if he's deported. And the ICE agent, in response, is screaming adios in her face before then body slamming her for seemingly no reason. Tom Homan is trying to tell you there's a world where a grown man is justified to body slam an unarmed, innocent woman who isn't attacking him or anything. Remember, when Trump said his administration would protect women, I guess not this one. Too brown, too foreign. It's sickening, though, to hear these absolute gremlins sit around rubbing their hands together in glee as if she deserved it somehow.
I just was at a board showing where Antifa and these groups are literally attacking, trying to kill ICE agents. Maybe if that wasn't happening, they wouldn't feel the need to take immediate action every time someone got in their face and put their hands on them. I mean, I think one breeds the other.
Oh, absolutely. And I looked at the 18 U.S.C. 111, impediment and assault of officers. We're at historic highs. So that's another message. ICE isn't, U.S. attorneys are accepting these prosecutions. ICE is going to ask for prosecution anybody that impedes them, hits them, spits on them, blocks their way. They'll be arrested and charged with 111, and U.S. attorneys are going to take every one of them.
I don't know, if you can't handle the heat, if you can't keep your cool under duress, maybe you shouldn't be in a high-stress job. That's how life works. This is insane. They're making excuses for a man body slamming an innocent crying woman because she was foreign. It shows what happens when you lower your hiring standards. That is what the problem here is. Admit it, MAGA. It's something you pretended to be vehemently against when you could pretend that's what DEI was to enable your racism. But now they somehow support it for the Trump Gestapo who's kicking in doors and getting brown people out of the country. I wonder what's changed. And sadly, I fear there will only be more of these, truly. I mean, they're already nearly a daily occurrence. Many don't get the coverage they deserve, but we also have the deadliest year in ICE history, right? That's chalked up to record 9 months through the year. We've beaten every other 12-month calendar year, and I just wonder what it would take to end this.
I would also say, I've said it many times, every time you have one of these mayors, these governors come out, push against ICE, I think you send more agents. I think you flood the zone even more. Maybe teach them a lesson. ICE is there to stay. But I want to point you to this. It's an outrageous Halloween display that's not funny at all. It was found in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood in Houston, Texas. It shows two figures dressed in red hats, black shirts, and black masks hanging from ropes from their necks on a wooden gallows, and it's also topped with a Mexican flag. Now, the left is going to say this is just good old free speech, but given all the hostility and assaults against your ICE agents.
Now, clearly that's too far, but we have to first examine the source that's calling this out. The White House literally has posted about Hispanic people like ASMRs being rounded up and deported. They posted silly little memes to mock their struggles and posted cartoons, calls to action to round people up to apply. I mean, the list goes on. So I wonder why a Mexican community would want to do something like this back. Who knows, right? It's like they want to blame the Mexican communities for being the ones who's caused the tension or the friction that leads to people acting like this when it's so clearly they haven't. Both would be wrong, But the accountability needs to be in the right place. And I want to focus on the thing that Tommy said first, and as if sending in more agents to show them that ICE will always be there to stay is like the right thing to do. These people are blatantly fascist. I don't think we can like lie about this anymore. Why would that ever be the goal? Why in any world would that be the goal? Why would a permanent federal presence being established in a state be the goal? Why would you want to up the federal presence if it was already causing tension? Never believe that these people want to solve any problems ever. The solutions they're putting forth wouldn't even solve them. They just pick and choose issues they feel benefit them in doing Democrat bad and then ignore the rest and use that to justify doing insane authoritarian and fascist things, as we see case in point.